So first, as you mentioned, my name is Malcolm Ross. I'm on the technology side. So the conversation we're going to have today is very much focused on these really game-changing technologies we see out there in the market and how they apply to business process management. If you haven't heard of Appian, we are obviously a leading BPMS provider, a software platform. Some of our customers include Liberty Mutual, State Street Bank, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and Edward Jones Trust, as well as non-financial organizations such as the BPM platform of choice for Amazon.com and the entire United States Army. So with that, I'd like to first talk about what we're going to have this discussion. A little bit off topic from what we've seen today already, because we've seen some great case studies on Center of Excellence and BPM methodology. What I'd like to talk about is how really we're at a game-changing moment in the entire IT industry, much like we saw the entire internet revolution in the mid-90s, and specifically around social and mobile, and how those impact and what we can learn from that. What I'd like you to take from this presentation is ideas of how we can learn as enterprise architects, enterprise software designers, ideas from Facebook. How can we accommodate those Facebook methodologies, and why should we pay attention to things like Facebook inside the enterprise? And then second, obviously, the mobile revolution. When in a time today, you think about that a consumer, a client, maybe when they're talking to their financial advisor, that person has almost more access to information than the financial advisor themselves, and they wonder, when they ask that financial advisor their stats or a new account opening, why isn't that as easily accessible as, say, the expense ratio of every single fund in the entire world, right on my cell phone? So the mobile revolution is very much upon us, and we need to think about how we're going to achieve that. And what I hope to show you is not only some demonstration, but as well some thought leadership ideas of how to approach mobile inside your own enterprise deployments. So with that, I think these have been covered quite thoroughly as far as why BPM is valuable. Thinking about the reason for implementing processes, BPM systems today to accommodate informal processes, no auditability, no real-time visibility, no clear priorities. We see a lot of this today going through unstructured and unreliable processes, and we've seen a number of case studies already. And of course, the value of a business process management system is to clearly define those processes in a manageable, organizable process in your library environment, and give you real-time visibility, support for agile change to your processes, integrate those systems together, enforce accuracy, consistent execution, SLA enforcement, and finally, analyze and improve those processes over time. The 5 tenets I always like to talk about, if you've ever seen my presentations, is what a BPM system is supposed to promise you. Integration of your holistic view of your processes and systems, removing those stovepipes across organizations. If you're implementing a BPM system in just one department, you're not really achieving the vision of a BPMS platform to really remove those stovepipes and give you a holistic view of process across your organization. Empowering business analysts to document processes and IT users to rapidly develop those into functional applications. Enforcing best practices, capturing process metrics that enable detailed measurements, and obviously improvements to process performance, and then finally adapting quickly to changes in business conditions and continuously optimizing process and worker efficiency. Very straightforward. I think through the presentations we've seen today, everyone should pretty much have a good grounding in this. But we're at a sea change. If you think about if you're implementing a BPM system right now that's designed to really empower the workers of that process, and it's not accommodating the sea change of how people are addressing IT right now, through especially the mobile and social interfaces. You see almost 300 million mobile devices shipped in 2010, 55% increase over 2009. I think some of the early numbers shows maybe as a 70% increase in smartphones. Dramatic growth in these type of computing devices. 20% business communication will be via social networks in 2014, as a statement by Gartner. So rapidly gaining on, say, the traditional email collaborations and other type of collaboration. And then by 2013, most important, mobile phones will overtake PCs as the most common web access device. So is the websites you're deploying or the enterprise systems you're deploying actually mobile enabled and ready for this mobile workforce? The answer is no, of course. If you're buying a BPM system today, almost every single BPM system out there requires what I would quote, process participation only while seated. So you got a laptop, you got a desktop, you want to go look up that account, you want to look up the stats of a process, you want to input some information inside of there. We're typically deploying systems that are web-based or client-server based, and you can only access those process environments on a laptop that maybe takes 5 to 10 minutes to start up, and you don't get that interactive experience. Some of our customers like Edward Jones Trust, they're